Good evening. We'll call to order the City of Douglasville's City Council regular meeting for today, which is Tuesday, January the 17th. We welcome you. We're going to have, as the schedule shows, our invocation, which will be done by our staff person, Ms. Sharon Keith, and after that, the Pledge of Allegiance will be led by the Mayor Pro Tem Larry Yockey. Please stand for the invocation.
Good evening, Madam Mayor and council members. I'd like to share scriptures from James chapter 1. If you need wisdom, ask our generous God, and he will give it up to you. He will not rebuke you for asking, but when you ask him, be sure that your faith is in God alone. Thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, for leading us in the pledge, and for Ms. Keith giving us that scripture out of James, if you're lacking for wisdom to ask. We're going to go through some procedural issues for tonight's meeting, and for announcements and presentations, and after that we will get into the agenda items. We want to welcome our former mayor of the city of Douglasville, Mr. Mayor Harvey Persons. Please stand so we can recognize you. Thank you so much, sir. Man. Okay, I open the floor for minutes of the legislative work session of January 3rd, 2017, and the regular meeting of January 5th, 2017.
I make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Thank you so much. It's been properly moved and second to approve the minutes. Are there any questions about that? All those in favor, please, of approving the minutes, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you. I apologize. I jumped right to trying to get to business and did not do protocol, so please forgive me. I will go through the protocol for the regular work session today. This is the regular meeting where agenda items that are presented will be voted on tonight. Official action will be taken. If the business you're here to discuss is not listed as an agenda item, there will be ample time under the agenda item for comments from citizens and delegates in that section for you to discuss your business. So just these few protocol issues, we would ask if you would please silence your cell phones or any electronic devices that you may have so they will not be disruptive during the meeting. And during this zoning, we would ask that you not applaud or react to speakers. There have been zoning issues where they've overturned the decision in court because of reactions to that. We will ask each council person who is the chair of that committee will present that committee at that time, and they'll make a motion, and then we will take a vote on those issues. Okay. Now we'll go back to the agenda as scheduled. Item 6 is the consent agenda. Open the floor for a motion.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Thank you so much. It's been properly moved and second to approve the consent agenda as presented. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you. The ayes have it. Item 7 is Public Safety Committee, and that's chaired by Councilmember Samuel Davis.
Yes, ma'am. Madam Mayor, I have a couple of items. Item 20-17-02, request for a change in agent outlet manager for the alcoholic beverage license for the package sale of wine and malt beverages at the following establishment: licensing Eckert's Corporation, DBA Rite Aid-11748, location 2981 Chapel Hill Road. Current agent outlet manager Michael Whitaker. Proposed agent outlet manager Richard Stinson. The required investigation has been conducted and the required fees have been paid into the city finance. Would the applicant please come down? State your name and
Richard Stinson.
Address?
5 Carlisle Way, Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay. Right now we're going to have a public hearing for those that against Rite Aid's beverage. And first of those in favor? Yeah. First of those in favor, if there are any, and then we have those that's against. Okay? Right now.
Any in favor?
Any in favor?
Any opposed?
Any opposed? Okay. Madam Mayor, I make a motion that we approve 20-17-02.
Second.
Thank you. It's been properly moved and second to approve item 20-17-02. Are there any questions or comments as relates to this item from the council? The reason we're doing the public hearings tonight is because we omitted it on last Thursday for clarification. Okay, not hearing any objections or any comments. All of those in favor of approving this item, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. Thank you. This 20-17-02 has been adopted. Thank you so much,
Okay,
sir.
thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you, sir. Okay, item B, item 20-17-03, request for a change in agent outlet manager for the alcoholic beverage license for the package sale of wine and malt beverages at the following establishment: Licensee Georgia CVS Pharmacy LLC, CVS Pharmacy-154, location 6031 Faber Road. Current agent outlet manager Sylvester Hendrick Jr. Proposed agent outlet manager Billy Mathis. Required fees have been paid into the finance department. Would applicant please come down? State your name and the address, sir.
Billy Mathis, 117 Watson Drive, Bremen, Georgia.
Right now we hold a short public hearing. And for those that's in favor of CVS alcohol license. Okay, for those that are against, Madam Mayor, look like we don't have anyone. So I make a motion that we approve 20-17-03.
Second.
Thank you. It's been properly moved and second to approve item 20-17-03. Any questions or comments from the council? Thank you. As it was stated earlier for the item above this, we did not have our public hearing on Thursday, so we've had it tonight. Everything that's been taken care of that. So all of those in favor of approving this item, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you. Item 20-17-03 has been adopted.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir. Item C, item 20-17-04, request for a change in agent outlet manager for the alcoholic beverage license for the on-premises consumption and sale of wine and malt beverage and spirited liquor at the following establishment: Licensee HOA Restaurant Holder LLC, DBA Hooters of Douglasville, located 6855 Douglas Boulevard. Current agent outlet manager Michael Austin, and proposed agent outlet manager Jeffrey Rebecca. The required fees have been paid into the finance department. Applicant, there he is. Thank you. State your name and information, please.
My name is Jeffrey Robita. I live at 226 Millwheel Drive in Villa Rica on the Douglas County side.
Also, sir, we'd like to hold a short public hearing, and for all those in favor of Hooters restaurant holding a license, come down now. If not, all those that against. Okay, like we don't have anyone. Madam Mayor, I make a motion that we approve 20-17-04.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's been properly moved and second to approve item 20-17-04. Are there any additional questions or comments from council members? Thank you. Not hearing any. As it was stated before, the above two items, we have had a short public hearing because we omitted to have that on this past Thursday. So all of those in favor of adopting this item, please say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Thank you. Item 20-17-04 is adopted. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you, sir. That's all I have at the time, Madam Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We'll move on to Community and Economic Development Committee, and that's chaired by Councilman Mark Adams.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. No business tonight in Community and Economic Development.
Thank you, sir. Moving on to Planning and Development Committee, that's also chaired by Councilmember Mark Adams.
Thank you, Madam Mayor.
You're welcome.
We have several items tonight under Planning and Development Committee, starting with item 2216-45. It was tabled from December 19th, 2016, holding a public hearing and considering a request to amend the development text for property zone DCD, Design Concept Development, and known as Gateway Village, to relieve the 25-foot city-imposed stream buffer requirement of City Zoning Ordinance Section 3.85.02 for impervious surfaces, and 25 feet of the remaining 50-foot stream buffer requirement of City Zoning Ordinance Section 3.85.01 for land on the southeast side of the property, and to relieve the requirement to build tennis courts for 79.89 plus or minus acres. at parcel numbers 063-601-30004, 063-701-30001, and 055-118-20046, located in land lots 636, 637, and 551, districts 1 and 18, sections 3 and 2. Application signed by Matthew Cotu. Is Mr. Cotu in the audience? If you would come down, Mr. Cotu. I would first make a motion that we remove this item from the table.
Second.
Thank you. It's been properly moved and second to remove item 22-16-45 from the table. Any questions or comments from the council members? Not hearing any. All of those in favor of removing this item from the table, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you. The item is removed from the table.
Thank you, Madam Mayor.
You're welcome.
Having removed that item 22-16-45 from the table, I'll make a motion that we approve.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second to approve item 22-16-45. Are there any questions or comments on this item from the council members?
Madam Mayor, I would like to make a comment, but,
Yes,
Ms. Danley, if you'd like to make a comment first, go ahead.
Sure. Thank you, Chairman Adams. Just a question to the developer. We had spoken about the amenities, taking out the tennis courts. My question is, the amenities that will stay, from my understanding, will be a pavilion as well as a swimming pool and a clubhouse and the passive parks areas. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. My name is Matthew Cotu. It's 227 Sandy Springs Place, Suite D, number 339, Sandy Springs, Georgia, 30328. Yes, ma'am. We will still retain the swimming pool, cabana area as part of the amenity, and also retain the acreage as shown on the preliminary site plan for the amenity area.
Okay. So the clubhouse, yes. Is it a clubhouse or a pavilion?
It's a cabana, so it does have an enclosed bathrooms.
Okay.
So it's a little more than a pavilion with the bathrooms and storage rooms.
All right. Thank you. I have no other questions. Thank you,
Thank you,
Chairman.
Ms. Danley. Mr. Cotu, then basically the only item from the original development plan that you're asking to be removed via this this request is the tennis courts. Everything else remains. Is that correct?
Remove the tennis courts from the amenity area, and then the other items was related to this stream buffer.
Yes. Yes.
Yes,
And
sir. Yes, I just
I
would
might
like to
add,
remove the
okay.
tennis courts.
I might add that the 25-foot stream buffer that you're asking to be removed was not in place when this development was originally developed. Is that correct, Ms. Littlefield? Okay. So there've been some 10 years, I believe, go by, and that had changed. So
Yes,
you're
sir.
asking us to revert back to that. Okay. Any other questions?
Mr. Chairman, I just wanted to ask why the removal of the tennis courts.
Just for sustainability of the HOA, we're not seeing in the market that the tennis courts are adding much value, marketing value, and so we'd like to spend the dollars elsewhere, and also they become a burden on the HOA going forward, a lot of times with very limited play. Last week I used the example of golf courses. They get a lot more press than the tennis courts because of how expensive the upkeep is on golf courses, but tennis courts as well. Without play, they dry up quicker and take resurfacing. It becomes quicker, and the expense of that is just not something HOAs are really wanting to incur at this time.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? I apologize, Mr. Chairman. Okay. Thank you. All of those, we've had a motion, a proper motion and second to approve item 22-16-45. Are there any additional questions or comments from the council members? Not hearing any more. All of those in favor of approving this item, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you. Item 22-16-45 is adopted.
Thank you, Madam Mayor.
You're welcome.
Item B, 2216-49, tabled from December 19th, 2016. Hold a public hearing and consider a request for a change in zoning from IH Heavy Industrial to IH Heavy Industrial District with a special land use permit for mining and quarrying for 151.96 plus or minus acres located in parcel 01890250021 in land lot 189, District 2, Section 5, parcel 21, Application made by Bart L. Boyd. Item 2216-49, I make a motion to deny.
Second.
Is it from the table? Did we remove it from the table?
I'm sorry. I apologize.
No
I'm out of
problem.
order. First of all, I make a motion to remove from the table.
Thank you. Item 22-16-49 has been removed from the table. The proper motion has been made. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Item 22-16-49 has been properly moved and second to remove from the table. All of those in favor of removing this item from the table, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you. The ayes have it.
I apologize, Madam Mayor.
problem,
And
Mr. Chairman.
everyone, I did the same thing on Thursday. I wanted to go ahead with one rather than having it tabled.
Yes, sir.
Now that it has been properly removed from the table, item 2216-49, I make a motion to deny.
Second.
Thank you. Item 22-16-49 has been properly received a motion to deny, properly moved and second. Is there any other questions or comments as it relates to this item? Thank you. All of those in favor of denying the project, please show or raise your hands. We need a show of hands. For the clerk. Do you have, Madam Clerk? You have everyone? Thank you so much. All of those opposed to denying, please raise your hand. Thank you. It's been unanimously denied. So item 22-16-49 has been denied.
Item 2216-50, tabled from December 19, 2016, hold a public hearing and consider a request for a change in zoning from IL Light Industrial to IH Heavy Industrial with a special land use permit for mining and quarrying for 45.55 plus or minus acres, located parcel 019-002-50009 in land lot 190, District 2, Section 5, Parcel 9. Application by Bart L. Boyd. Make a motion to remove from the table.
Second.
Thank you. It's been properly moved and second to remove item 22-16-50 from the table. Are there any additional questions or comments as relates to this item? Thank you. All of those in favor of removing this item from the table, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, the item is removed.
Now that it's been removed, item 2216-50, make a motion to deny.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Do I have a motion? Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Item 22-16-50. There's been proper motion and second to deny this item. Are there any additional questions or comments as it relates to this item from the council? All of those in favor of denying this item, please raise your hand. Thank you so much. It's been unanimous, so all those opposed, if you have a... No, so item 22-16-50 has been denied.
Item 22-16-51, tabled from December 19, 2016, consider a request for an amendment to the City of Douglasville's future land use plan from light industrial to heavy industrial on 45.55 plus or minus acres at parcel number 019-002-50009, located in land lot 190, District 2, Section 5, Parcel 9. Application made by Bart L. Boyd. Make a motion to remove item 2216-51 from the table.
Thank you. This item's been removed from the table. I have a motion to remove. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. The motion has been properly moved and second to remove item 22-16-51 from the table. Or any questions or comments from the council members? All of those in favor of removing this item from the table, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you. The ayes have it.
Now that item 2216-51 has been removed from the table, make a motion to deny.
Thank you. I have a motion to deny. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, thank you. It's been properly moved and second to deny item 22-16-51. All of those that want to are in favor of denying this property or item, please, not the project. The item 22-16-51, please raise your hand. Thank you. It's been unanimously voted on that item 22-16-51 is denied.
Item 221702, request plat approval for Riverside West Phase 1 for the purpose of subdividing a parcel located land lot 166, 167, 172, and 173, District 1, Section 5, application by Urban Engineers Incorporated. Make a motion to approve item 221702.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. It's been properly moved to approve item 22-17-02. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments as it relates to this item? All of those in favor, I have not heard any. So all of those in favor of approving item 22-17-02, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you. The ayes have it. Item 22-17-02 has been adopted.
Item 221703, request plat approval for the purpose of subdividing a parcel located at 6000 Stewart Parkway in land lot 130, District 2, Section 5. Application by Philip G. Doyle for the U.S. Postal Service. Item 2217-03, I make a motion for approval.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's been properly made a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. It's been properly moved and second to approve item 22-17-03. Are there any questions or comments as relates to this item? Thank you. Not hearing any from the council. All of those in favor of approving this item, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you. 22-17-03 is adopted.
Item 221704, hold a public hearing and consider a request for a special land use permit for sales and services, new and used cars for .87 plus or minus acres, zone CG General Commercial at 9130 Highway 5, located land lot 162, District 2, Section 5, Parcel 16, application made by Mr. Mark Collins. Is Mr. Collins here? Mr. Collins, if you come forward, we will begin a public hearing for the purpose of this item, having had one on Thursday night.
So I'm Mark Collins. I'm from 8614 Stone Creek Court, Douglasville. I may repeat?
Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate that.
I'm Mark Collins, 8614 Stone Creek Court, Douglasville.
Thank you very much, Mr. Collins.
Welcome, sir.
You are here in support of this item. We are going to have a public hearing. We do need to allow public comment on both sides. Is there anything you would like to add to your application from Thursday night?
Not really.
Is there anyone here that would speak in support of this item? Is there anyone here that would speak in opposition to this item? Madam Clerk, we have no one coming forward. I will close the public comment for this item 221704. Do I understand that this is a renewal? This item is a renewal of an existing special land use permit, correct?
That is correct.
Thank you. Item 2217-04, make a motion to approve.
Second.
Thank you. It's been properly moved and second to approve item 22-17-04. Are there any additional questions or comments from the council? Do we want to put a stipulation on the renewal?
No, ma'am.
No, sir. Okay. Thank you. All of those in favor of approving this item, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you. 22-17-04 is adopted.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Item 221705, hold a public hearing and consider a request for a special land use permit for sales and services, new and used cars for .38 plus or minus acres, zone CG General Commercial at 8104 Dallas Highway, located in land lot 17, District 1, Section 5C, Parcel 1, application made by Tyan. Is Mr. Tyan here? Mr. Tyan is not here. Okay, we will hold that public hearing to complete this process tonight. I want to make sure that if he is here and in another room, he does have the opportunity. Please. Is there anyone else here that would like to speak on behalf of this application, 221705? Is there anyone here that would speak in opposition to this application? If so, would you please come forward, state your name and address for the record. And please, sir, if you do have information, make sure that this is new information. We would like to hear new information only.
Yes. My name is Sidney Parker, 8068 Dallas Highway, Douglasville, Georgia, and I'm the next door neighbor to this property here. And the new information I have is just on the pavement that's there. It's breaking up, and it's when it's raining, it's just blocking the sidewalk. Just all the residue from the dirt and the gravel are washing off in the sidewalk. In the city, it keeps sending people out to clean it up, and it's about 2 or 3 inches deep. And that's just a waste of city funds to help keeping doing that.
Thank you, Mr. Parker. Is there anyone else here to speak in opposition to this item? Okay, I'm going to go back then. Mr. Tyne is here. I'm going to go back then and ask if Mr. Tyne would come forward. Would you come forward, please, as the applicant?
Sorry for the delay. I thought it would take a while to get to my case.
Would you state your name and address for the record, please?
Okay. Sir? Okay. My name is Bai Tian. My address 7085 Red Cliff Court, Suwanee, Georgia 30024. First, I will talk about I think the parcel 0017015C001. Before I purchased this property, I did some research of the history of this property, and I found a bunch of Google Street photos, which show this facility, this property was used previously as an auto service, maybe some minor auto sales also. At least there was a tire shop there. I printed a bunch of photos. They might be too hard for you to see. Do you want me to bring forward?
No, Mr. Tyne, you can hand those in to the clerk once you leave.
This sign always says, you can see a bunch of tires there. It says, service, brakes,
yes,
battery, and tire change, all those things. So I thought, because the business was already there, it's like an auto service and sales business already there, it would be much easier for me just reply for this kind of specialized use to do roughly the same similar business, to do mainly auto sales and a little bit manual repairs, such as brakes, changing brakes, light bulbs, brushes, minor things, because the roof is pretty low, and I could not install lifts, to do heavy duty repairs. Due to this nature of this business plan, I don't think it would cause any major negative impact to my neighbors or the environment, because common sense, changing brakes, a bunch of small minor things will not impact much. It doesn't produce any noise. It doesn't produce any kind of hazardous waste. And also it's going to be a pretty small operation. It will not attract too much traffic to the neighborhood. So I thought it should be an easy process, but unfortunately, I got some kind of neighbor concerns. Actually, a couple of weeks ago, the former owner of the auto service shop came to the property. He asked whether I could rent this property back to him, because he invested some money to make this property suitable for auto service. I said I was waiting for this specialized use permit. He said, well, it should be easy because I did pretty much same thing there before. It should be approved. And I was good. My shop didn't do any kind of bad things to the city. I didn't do any bad things to neighbors. Should be not be a problem. So I'm optimistic. It will be approved. And the benefits of this small business are, first, it would generate a little sales revenue to the city and the county. Second, I think it would generate a few jobs. Probably our start small. It's really a small business. It's a start-up business. I don't expect too many jobs, but maybe a few, maybe 2, 3, 4, some kind of jobs there. And eventually, I'm hoping I would grow this business and generate more jobs for the neighborhood. So far, I don't see any major negative impacts to the neighborhood. So I really plead to my neighbors, open your mind. It's a business which was there roughly there before, and I'm doing roughly the same thing. The second, another thing that before I purchased this property, I talked with my neighbors. One neighbor told me that he had a bad experience with the former owner of this property. I said that the bad memory is over. No, it's a new chapter. I'm going to be a responsible owner. I'm going to be a good neighbor. Since I purchased the property, I have been improving this property, like cutting the weeds, which was very long, very tall. And I was, cleaning up the trash there, property, making it clean. And I changed the roof. I fixed a bunch of things. And I plan to pave this parking lot, make it look better. But as I said before, now, due to the roof thing, I'm out of money. So I'm hoping, to get the business going, generate a little bit of money, so I can, pay back my loans, from my 401k and my mortgage equity, and get some money to pay with the parking lot. So with all these efforts, the property will become better than it was before. I don't see any reason, to object that. Another thing is my neighbor talk about my time off.
Where are we on time?
We're just under time.
Time. 1 second or something.
Sorry. Go ahead. Finish your comment.
Okay. Another concern my neighbor said is storm water, going to his garden or yard or something. I thought I didn't create that problem. However, I'm willing to work with you to find the most cost-effective, reasonable solution to that. For example, maybe plant some kind of grass or some kind of little bush. I talked with him before. Look like we reached some kind of consensus. So it should not be issue. I will do something, although I didn't cause the problem.
Your time is up, Mr.
Okay. I think I'm done. Pretty much done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else here, I'll ask again, that would speak in favor of this application? Okay, then we'll close the public hearing. And at this time, on item 2217-05, in the face of some concerns that we have concerning those issues, I will make a motion that we table this until the meetings of February 2nd legislative work session and February 6th regular meeting.
Second.
Thank you. It's been properly moved to table item 22-17-05 to the February 2nd and February 6th legislative work and regular council meetings. Are there any other questions or comments as relates to this item?
Yes, Madam Mayor, just comments, just some discussions that we had last week is just speaking with the owner who would like to have this car lot on the property, is that there is a part of the property that is paved, and I do understand that he would like to have to repave that. However, the other property is grassed, and it's also there's a sewer line there, and if I'm not mistaken, according to our staff, Michelle Wright, stated with the EPA that putting cars on that property would not be appropriate. And also, there's a property owner that lives right next door to that property, as well as one behind it where the water will run off. So I just wanted to add that to the comments. No other comments. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Stanley. Any others?
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman, I would like to see someone working with this gentleman, and so he can know what all procedures he need to go through. So if Michelle might just work with him. That's all.
Mr. Chairman, I just wanted to ask, Chairwoman Berdanley mentioned the sewer lines. It was my understanding, maybe I misunderstood, that there was some concern about septic tank in the back and parking anything over that. It was my understanding that I don't remember the sewer line, so can you refresh my memory on that?
Yes, from
Yeah, that's what
the
she was
Environmental Health Department, there is a septic tank there. It is the original septic tank, and they are not sure as to whether or not it is operating properly. Environmental Health also states that you cannot park on top of the septic tank or its field lines. Since there's only 0.38 acres there, we were going to have Environmental Health come out and take a look at that septic tank, among other things, on the property.
The septic tank would be in the back of that structure?
They did not have a location of the septic tank.
I mean, I think that would be important to the conversation. And something was mentioned about sewer lines. Are there sewer lines on the vacant lot?
There is, it can be connected to sewer. The property, I believe the sewer line is 85 feet away to connect either one of the lots. There is no septic or sewer on the vacant lot or buildings or anything. It's just a grass lot.
If I might add, Madam Mayor, I think the reason for our reluctance and our desire for a table is to try to get some of these questions answered in order to potentially assist Mr. T in any way that we can. That was the purpose of it.
Yes, sir.
And would like to get the Water and Sewer Authority involved in this also.
Yes, sir. Mr. Chairman, I was going to add that the Water and Sewer did present Scott Wilder with the Douglasville, Douglas County Water and Sewer Authority engineer did submit a report to say that there was no sewer system. They're not on the sewer system, but then an order was done in 2015 to have the line tested. So someone has been interested in trying to make this sewer. So there was some interest there. Thank you. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ms. Wright. So we have a motion and a second to table item 22-17-05 to the February 2nd and February 6th meetings. Are there any other questions or comments as relates to this item from the council members? Thank you. Not hearing any. All of those in favor of tabling the item, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you. Item 22-17-05 will be tabled to the meetings of February 2nd and February 6th.
Thank you, Madam Mayor.
You're welcome.
Item I, item 22-1706, hold a public hearing and consider a request for a rezoning from R2 Single Family Detached Residential to CG General Commercial with a special land use permit for sales and service, new and used cars for .75 plus or minus acres at parcel number 0011701-5C018 in land lot 17, District 1, Section 5C, Parcel 18. Application made by Bytown. This is a public hearing that we will hold for the second public hearing tonight. Is the applicant available? Mr. Tin, would you come forward, please? State your name and address again for the record.
Yes, my name is Bytown, address 7085 Red Cliff Court, Suwanee, Georgia, 30024.
Okay. And I failed to mention 30 minutes total. 5 minutes per speaker, correct? For and against, and you are speaking in favor of. Do you have any new information to share with us?
Yes. I think there are some confusion regarding the sewer or septic tank among these two properties. Because these two properties are connected, it's kind of confusion. Some say, there's sewer line on this vacant land. Some say, there's septic tank anything. To clarify, there is a septic tank in the C001, that way with the building, but the owner told me that the septic tank is behind the building, so there is no way to park, on the above the septic tank. And on this vacant land, there is nothing, there is no septic tank or anything of that nature. The reason for me to request for this rezoning is the current zoning of this property does not make sense at all, because currently it's a residential zoning. However, due to the power lines overhead, you cannot construct any residence on this land. So basically, it's use this residential land. And then the former owner, I did some research over the tax records. The former owner didn't pay tax for 2 years. And during the closing process, the tax was paid because this piece of land is really useless. I don't think anybody pay attention to that thing. The grass was tall, like very tall. When I purchased the property, I just cut the grass, just made the property look a little bit better. But still, it's just kind of a piece of land, and usually it's in the current residential zoning. So I'm thinking, to request to resolve it into commercial, and then eventually combine that piece of land into a major property which has a structure to make it useful, which will increase the property value and increase the property tax to the city and the county. And also, by doing that, I might use that as a car lot to do some sales, to generate sales tax to the county and the city. I think make this use this piece of land into useful commercial. That's my rationale for this request. As for sewer, there's no connection between this land and septic tank or anything, because nobody uses bathroom or that thing. I don't think there. As for whether there's a city's sewer, whatever, I don't know that. As for storm water to the neighbor, as I said before, I didn't cause any problem for the storm water going to neighbor's garden. It is caused by the natural terrain, because this is a highland and the neighbors pretty much on a lowland, and that's a natural thing that God made it. I didn't make it. Another thing is General Power, Georgia Power. There are 2 power poles there. Georgia Power, drove their heavy-duty trucks across that land, and it caused some soil erosion. I had no control. However, I'm willing to work with my neighbors, maybe to put some grass there to mitigate the problem. And that's all I can do, to be reasonable. I'm telling my neighbor to be reasonable, to be, friendly to each other, fighting doesn't solve any problems, communications, collaboration, solve problems. So that's my point. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Anyone else here to speak in favor of this application? If not, then we'll go to opposition. Is there anyone here that would speak with new information concerning opposition to this application? Come forward, please, sir.
Yes, Mayor and Council, my name is Sidney Parker. I live at 8068 Dallas Highway, Douglasville, Georgia. I've been residing at that property for 60 of my 63 years. And it's on an incline. And those 2 lots that he's speaking of, I have kept those lots up for more than 20, 30 years. I kept it up cut because I have grandchildren. I just watch where they at. And he said it for himself. It's on an incline. And he put cards out there. The oil and the gas gonna come down and ruin my property. Anything else, the whole side is on an incline. Anything else would run in my front door, and me and my wife would track it in our house. And he's speaking of 401k. I'm retired, and I spent all of my 401k money improving the land and the house. And far as my garden plot, I know God made it that way, but he didn't make the oil and the gasoline to come in to destroy it. And I'm just, again, I don't want to bring up all what we talked about last week, but you know what it was. But I just like to clarify it. And every time we come up, he come up with something different. But I have not conferred with him on anything. I just tell him, he don't live here. He live in Swanee, and he don't care about that property. That's an established neighborhood. Established homes around that. Neighborhood been there for long as I was born, before I was born. And just to bring something in like that and to destroy that neighborhood, I don't have but a few more years left, and I don't want to get run off my property by chemicals. And if that thing is turned commercial, he could set anything up in there, and me and my wife would have to go. But like I said, I have drawed my 401k to improve the property and the house, and we plan to spend the rest of my living years on there. I said again, I had a stroke about 4 years ago, and I'm planting a garden to where I can have fresh fruits and vegetables to keep my health up. And he don't care anything about that.
Parker, please don't do personal attacks on him. Just
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
All right, but
We understand. It's
Yes,
a
ma'am.
passionate issue. Yes, sir. You're fine. You can continue to talk. I just don't want you to
Yes,
attack
ma'am.
the applicant. Yes, sir.
But it is. I'm sorry if I went that way, but it's really personal to me, you know.
Yes, sir.
I just can't say anything else about it, you know, because it feel like you just want to bring another stroke on, you know. I just need help on this, and it is to be done right, you know. And I appreciate whatever y'all do for me.
Thank you, Mr. Parker. All right. Anyone else here to speak in opposition of this application? Okay, we'll close the public hearing on this item. On item I, 2217-06, means that there is some concern that this is in fact a contiguous piece of property to the piece that we just discussed and decided to table. I would make a motion also that we table this item 2217-06 to the meetings of February 2nd and February 6th.
Second.
Thank you. It's been properly moved and second to table item 22-17-06 to the meetings of February 2nd and 6th. Are there any other questions or comments as relates to this item from the council members?
Madam Mayor, if I just might add,
Yes, sir.
this would be hopefully a time and an attempt that we could help to all of the various municipal government agencies, all of the various other people involved would be able to assist Mr. Tyan to know what his requirements will be as far as going forward if this were to be approved, as far as sewer and water and drainage and stormwater retention and the like. That was the reason for our request. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. Any other questions or comments as relates to this item? Not hearing any. All of those in favor of approving, I apologize for tabling item 22-17-06 to the meetings of February 2nd and 6th, please say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Thank you. Item 22-17-06 is tabled to the meetings of February 2nd and 6th.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. One last item tonight under our committee, that's item 22-17-07. Hold a public hearing and consider a request for a rezoning from IL Light Industrial to CG General Commercial with a special land use permit for a church or place of worship as an accessory use for .68 plus or minus acres at 8285 Cortlandt Street, land lot 20, District 1, Section 5, Parcel 213. Application made by Doris White. Again, this public hearing, we will give 30 minutes for, 30 minutes against. I'm assuming, Ms. White, you are the applicant. I appreciate you coming forward. If you would state your name and address for the record, please.
Here in Taboo. My name is Apostle Doris White. I live at 6166 Pebble Drive, Douglasville, Georgia, 30135.
Thank you very much, Ms. White. Is there any additional new information you would like to share with us concerning this application and in favor of the application?
No.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone else here that would like to share information in favor of this application before us? If not, then we will ask, is there anyone here who would have information or would share an opposition to this application? Anyone that wants to oppose, please come forward. Hearing none, I'll close the public hearing. Item 22-17-07, make a motion for approval.
Second.
Thank you. It's been properly moved and second to approve item 22-17-07. Are there any additional questions or comments from the council members?
Madam Mayor, I would like to amend that motion, please.
Yes, sir.
That being for a period of 1 year, since this is an initial special land use permit, has not been granted prior. I would have asked that motion be amended to be for 1 year.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. Again, opening to approve item 22-17-07 with a special land use permit for 1 year time frame. We have a motion to approve. Is there to amend that approval? Is there a second to include the 1 year?
Second.
Thank you. It's been properly moved and second to approve item 22-17-07 with a special land use permit for 1 year. Any questions or comments from the council? Not hearing any. All of those in favor of approving this item, please, 22-17-07, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you. Item 22-17-07 is adopted with a special land use permit for 1 year time frame. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Ms. White. Thank you, Madam Mayor. That's all that we have.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. We'll move on to Parks and Recreation Committee. That's chaired by Councilmember Chris Watts.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We have no business tonight under Parks and Recreation.
Thank you, sir. Finance Committee. That's chaired by Mayor Pro Tem Larry Yockey.
Yes, I have one item. Item number 24-17-01. Adopt a resolution authorizing later reimbursement from bond proceeds and tax proceeds for certain expenditures for projects to be funded by the 2016 Special Purpose Local Option Sales Tax, SPLOST. I make a motion to approve item 24-17-01.
Second.
Thank you. It's been properly moved and second to approve item 24-17-01. Are there any questions or comments from council members? Thank you. Not hearing any. All of those in favor of approving this item, please say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Not seeing any. It's been properly moved and second and approved that we will approve item 24-17-01.
And that's all I have for tonight, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Information and Technology Committee, that's chaired by Councilmember Chairman Richard Siegel.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. No business tonight.
Thank you, sir. Maintenance and Sanitation Committee, that's chaired by Councilmember Mike Miller.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We have one item tonight. That is item 26-17-01. Authorize the mayor to sign a purchase agreement from Toter Waste Equip LLC for the purchase of a truckload quantity of 314 64-gallon recycle carts, 550 64-gallon garbage carts, and 624 96-gallon garbage carts for residential for a total of not more than $67,066.64. I put this in a form of a motion for approval.
Second.
Thank you. It's been properly moved and second to approve item 26-17-01. Are there any additional questions or comments from the council members? Thank you. Not hearing any. All of those in favor of approving this item, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you. 26-17-01 is adopted.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. That's all we have for Maintenance and Sanitation Committee for tonight.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. We'll move on to Transportation Committee, and that's chaired by Council Member LaShawn Burdanley.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Just one item, item 27-17-02. Adopt a resolution and authorize the mayor to sign a construction agreement with the Georgia Department of Transportation, GDOT, for construction of the Lighting and Banners Phase 2 TE Grant TEE 0000-09035, PI number 0009035. I make a motion that we approve item 27-17-02.
Second.
Thank you so much. It's been properly moved and second to approve item 27-17-02. Are there any questions or comments from the council? Thank you. Not seeing or hearing any. All of those in favor of approving this item, please say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Thank you. 27-17-02 is adopted.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. No other items under transportation.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We'll move on to Personnel and Organization Committee. That's chaired by Councilmember Richard Siegel.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. All our business was handled under the consent agenda, so we have nothing further.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. Ordinance and Intergovernmental Committee. That's chaired by Councilman Mike Miller.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We have two items tonight. Our first item is 29-17-02. This is to hold a public hearing regarding the consideration of a resolution to provide a waiver of the requirements for a city logo on the mayor's work vehicle for the calendar year of 2017. At this time, I'd like to hold a public hearing regarding this matter. Anyone in favor of, let me make sure I get this right, of providing a waiver for the city logo for the mayor's work vehicle, please come forward, state your name and address for the record. All right. Seeing none, anyone against the city council providing for a waiver for the mayor not to have a city logo on her vehicle for the year of 2017, please come forward. Seeing none, Madam Mayor, I believe I believe at this time, forgive me, I'm sorry, I'm new to this committee for these hearings. At this time, we'd like to move to item B, 29-17-03, to adopt a resolution to waive the requirement for City of Douglasville logo decal on the mayor's work vehicle in calendar year 2017. I put this in a motion for approval.
Second.
Thank you. It's been properly moved and second to adopt item 29-17-03. Are there any questions or comments as it relates to this item from the council members? Thank you. Not hearing anyone or seeing anyone raise their hands. All of those in favor of approving this item, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Aye.
Okay. So there's one aye against. Okay. The majority has rules, so item 29-17-03 is adopted.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. That is all we have from Ordinance and Intergovernmental Committee for tonight's meeting.
Thank you, sir. We'll move on to Education and Training Committee. That's chaired by Councilman Samuel Davis.
No items at this time, Madam Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Is there any other business to come before council tonight from council members? Thank you. Not seeing any, we'll move on to our city attorney, Mr. Joel Dotson.
No business, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Chief Assistant City Attorney, Ms. Susan Littlefield.
No business, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, ma'am. Chief of Police, Chief Gary Sparks. We're not used to seeing you in that suit jacket. We're used to seeing a uniform. That's still you, isn't it?
Undercover.
Yes, sir.
Switch it up.
You have anything, sir?
No, ma'am.
Thank you, Chief. City Manager, Ms. Marsha Hampton.
Only to remind you that you have a fifth Monday this month. Your next round of meetings is February 2nd and February 6th, so hope you enjoy the break.
Thank you so much. Comments from citizens and delegates. Now is the opportunity for any citizen or delegate that would like to address the council. The floor is open. You may come to the podium and give your name and address for the record, and we'd love to hear from you. Are there any citizen want to make comments? Okay. Thank you. We'll move on to staff reports. Are there any staff reports? All right. Not hearing any, then this meeting is adjourned.